Hello viewers, here is a Honeywell vertical tower air filter or air purifier, whatever you want to call it. This is the CAS model number HHT-085-HD. I believe the -HD indicates that this was a Home Depot exclusive model. I got this at the Goodwill for the 10 beans, which is a steal, because these retail for I think over 150 beans. And I've been wanting one of these too, because the form factor and the noise level is pretty good for the bedroom. It's a 3-speed model with the ozonator thing and the filter reset. This looks to be like a pretty low hours unit. It has a little bit of dust visible on the pre-filter, but not very much. If you use one of these things, you'd know that you get this kind of dust in like a couple of days. And then the HEPA filters themselves also look to be pretty clean. It's kind of hard to tell because it's got the carbon thing on there, but they look like they're pretty clean. I don't know, does this come off? So we can take a peep at the filter. Yeah, the filter looks pretty clean in there. So, I wonder if this was really ever used. The filters are a little strange. I'm a little suspicious of them because replacementfilters.com I don't think is Honeywell, or at least doesn't seem like it would be. Not really sure what replacementfilters.com is. Maybe it's legitimate, I don't know. The filter looks like it's a perfectly decent quality. You know, it's got a nice rubber seal here. It's glued all the way around. It's looks like it's built correctly. You know, I don't know. You can see a little bit of light through it, but not much. It seems like an acceptable filter. There's our tripod kick for the video. It's clean enough, I'd probably use them, because the filters aren't cheap. These are powered by a giant shaded pole motor with ball bearings. They have 2 blower fans, wheels, one on top, one on the bottom. I have shown the inside of one of these before. My grandmother has a very similar unit, and the switch on hers broke, and so I took it apart to replace it. And I showed the process on video as well as a close view of the motor. The shaded pole motors are quite reliable. The failure point in all the cheap ones today always seems to be the bearings. So since this uses ball bearings, which last a long time and can be replaced if they were to fail, I suspect this would last a very long time. My grandmother's unit has been around for probably over a decade now, and other than the switch failing, it's never had a problem. Pulls 1.5 amps, which is quite a bit of power for something like this, but that's what you get for using a shaded pole motor. Let's go ahead and plug this thing up. We're looking at 121.9 volts. Starting up on the low. So it is the running. It's generally pretty quiet. It's not moving a whole lot of air. It's actually quite limited air movement. Although I am able to feel it from a couple of feet back. It's kind of deceiving because you think, oh, you got all this air movement coming out. It's only right here and right here. It's kind of like it's just two small fans. That's really all it is. Actually, that can be felt from a ways away. And several feet back, and it's still doing a little bit of something. This is quiet enough that I wouldn't be bothered by this during the day or when I'm sleeping. You certainly can hear it, but it's not outrageous. Okay, let's go up to the medium, which is loud. Anything higher than low is very loud on these. There's a decent amount of air coming out. It comes out at a very high velocity, but it's a very small opening, so it's probably not moving a whole lot of air. You can see it's strong. I can feel this almost all the way across the room. That's one of the things I like about this design of these, is that it really would stir up the air around the room. A lot of them, the air output doesn't seem to travel very far. Okay, and the high, which is outrageously loud. But pretty impressive air movement. You know, that's really throwing the air out. Not bad. Cut it off. Spin down time is pretty good. That would be expected for ball bearings. Let's see if we get a startup sound out of the thing. That is the high. I wonder if the bearings could fair to be replaced. They seem a little bit on the noisy side. Here's the medium. Yeah, I can definitely hear those bearings. I may want to replace those. And here's the low. Yeah, I think that's bearing noise. Well, easy enough to replace them for sure. I'm definitely going to use this in the bedroom. So I probably will go ahead and replace those bearings at some point. It's running just fine as it is, but if I could make it quieter, I would definitely like to do so.